Hi everyone, we have David Nichamoff from Fizit with us, and welcome to Zeeve's Rollup and AppChain Day. David, I'll definitely talk about a lot of things today, but you are one such use case which is changing the narrative in Web3, how Web3 is to be seen in the real industries. So I'll first want you to dive into the use case itself. What are you building?
Okay, so Fizit is a trade finance company. So our strategy, there's trillions of dollars that are locked up in B2B payments because of inefficiencies. Those are related to payment cycles, invoicing cycles, the banking system, SWIFT payments, all of those things contribute to delays between when a seller does the work and when they get paid by the buyer for the work. Our founding team has experience in the energy sector, so that's what we know well. We're focusing in on the energy sector first, although it can really be done in any type of process industry. So let's say a drill bit turns today out in the field.
A drill bit?
A drill bit, like out on a rig in an ocean or on land or whatever it is. It might take, when that work is done, just where it lands in the invoicing cycle or payment cycle, it might take 45, 50, 60 days before the seller gets paid for that work. And so what we're doing is we're using Web3, blockchain, IoT devices out in the field to capture all the data associated with the transaction in real time and pay those sellers immediately for the work that they do.
So you heard drill bits, you heard energy, you heard payments. So this in fact is a very interesting use case for Web3, and I think you're making some real transactions and real productive solutions happen on Web3. What is the tech behind it, and how you're making the tech happen? Of course, there's a lot to understand in terms of the use case and the mechanics about it, but then what is the underlying tech which you're using?
So there's really two key areas of technology that we're focusing in on. One is IoT. So out in the field, there's flow meters, there's other types of devices that capture all sorts of information about what's happening out in the field. That happens in real time, and the buyer and the seller both agree on the accuracy of those readings that are being taken. That data then is captured by us using APIs and loaded on a blockchain. So we have a Avalanche L1 that's managed by Zeeve as our infrastructure provider. We have smart contracts that we've written as part of that L1 chain that then take that data that's uploaded from the field and generate pricing data, pricing associated with that transaction, and then which enables us to pay the seller immediately for that transaction. And so really, Web3 is one piece of technology, IoT is the other piece that enables us to do this,
And you've been working with Zeeve. We are helping you build your L1 infrastructure and managing it completely. So how's your experience have been working with us?
Really good. If there's an issue, our question, we get really fast responses over our Telegram channel. It's been very patient because this is the first time we had done something like this. So there was a learning curve that we had to go through in order to understand kind of how the validators worked and so forth. So there's a lot of patience there in kind of building it up. It would have taken us weeks and months to do it ourselves. And we're trying to be a trade finance company. We're not trying to be an infrastructure company. And so we've learned to leave those types of things to the experts that do them.
And you've been a great customer, in fact, building a great use case out there. But I'll not bother you much right now, because we'll also be having David on a panel where he'll be talking about how the journey has been and the complexities of the use case while building this all through, so that if you're building a project on L1s and other frameworks, you would also learn from David right up front at how it is to cater to these kind of use cases with Web3 and dealing with all the complexities underneath.
Okay.
David, any special remarks, about your journey into Web3?
No. Like I said, our founding team is very much focused, a very industry-focused team. We're not a Web3 focused team. the technology for us is the best way to solve a problem that exists in the field. And so, you know, we've come to realize that it is a very powerful technology. We think it's the future of B2B, and very excited about working in a Rollup. I wish we would have figured that out sooner, but we are where we are, and I think we're ready for it to take off now.
Super, great having you here, and
Okay.
looking forward to your panel discussion as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.